Hey guys, in this particular video I'm going to show you how to create a couple of different graphic rollovers in both Muse and Photoshop, well at least how to set up in Photoshop to bring it into Muse. So I'm going to show you how to create a very simple rollover directly in Muse, such as this, where when you roll over the image the opacity lowers so that you can see text in the background. It's applied to these as well. And also how to set up a button, what's referred to as a button in Photoshop, so that when you do the rollover is going to allow you to create different effects, different looks. So it's a very simple process as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin by jumping, we'll actually begin in Muse first. So I'll go into a portfolio that I already have, a portfolio page that's already set up. And what I did is I started out by working with text, by creating the text for each of the categories for the portfolio. Now this is on the portfolio page, and each one of these will take it into these particular categories. So once again, we're going to be working with layers, as with the previous video as well. So the text is on one layer, and then the rollovers will be created on top of that. So in this case, they'll be created on layer 2. So I'm going to make layer 2 active. Now I'm going to import the photos. So that's File, Place. Command D is the shortcut. I will point to the folder that has, in this case, the port folder that has the images. And notice that they're all JPEGs except for one. We'll come back to that one in a moment. I'm actually going to skip that one and just take these three right here. Click on Open, and then I'm going to drop these images in. This is the portfolio image. I already have guidelines already set up. This is the etc. image, and this is the metamorphosis image. All right, so just drop those in place. To create a rollover effect, it's really simple. What we're going to do is we're going to use the states panel. So I'll move over to the right hand side here and go into the states panel, and then we notice that there is a normal, a rollover, a mouse down, and an active state. So in this case, I'm just going to work with two states, a normal and a rollover state. So as far as normal, that's what the image looks like. Right now, it's the normal image as I imported it. Now I'm going to click on the rollover state. When that becomes active, whatever I do at this point is what we're going to see when the user, or what the user sees when they roll over, put their mouse over the image. So when they mouse over it. So when I click on this, what I want to do is I want to lower the opacity. Up in the options bar at the top here, there's an effects option. And to the right of that, this is the opacity right here. So I'm going to click on the drop down arrow, grab the slider, and drag it down. So I'll take it down to roughly 20%. Okay, so now I can test this. Here's the normal state. Click on that. That's what we'll see when the user comes to the page. And this is the rollover state. We'll go into preview to check it out, test it out, make sure it works okay, and just roll over, and there you go. All right, very simple to do. Now, the next one that I'm going to add here, this is actually needs to be set up in Photoshop. So all I'm doing here is just going to change colors and do a quick invert effect. So here's the image. It looks a little pixelated because I'm at 200% magnification. So I start out with just a regular layer. It's just a single layer. And then what I did is I duplicated that layer, duplicated a third time, or a second time, then duplicated a third time. So I have a total of 4 different layers. And all I'm doing with each layer is I'm simply changing the look. All right, so to change the look, all I did was go into image, for example, image, I have to be on a layer first, image adjustments, in this case, hue saturation. Drag the hue slider to change to a different color. And if I wanted to, change the saturation. All right, so it's very simple to do this. All right, now I renamed every one of the layers. The bottommost one is active. The next one up is down. The third one is over, and then the fourth one is normal. So this is what the user would see when they first go to the page. When they hover their cursor over, they will see this. That's the rollover effect. All right, when they press down, they will see this. And if they were to go to an active page, this is what they would see. Okay, so all we need to do to create this effect in Muse is to simply take these 4 layers and save them as a PSD file. Very simple. File save as PSD. It's going to default to that because it has multiple layers. Now I'm going to jump back over to Muse, and what I did last time to bring in the image was choose Place, File, Place. This time I'm going to choose File, Place, Photoshop button. Alright, so it's very important to choose this particular option, otherwise it won't work. It'll just be a stagnant image. Okay, so I'm going to choose Place Photoshop button. Shortcut is Command B, not Command D. So click on this option, and then I will point to the PSD file. You notice that it's the only one that's currently active. Click on that and hit open. So now it opens up the dialog box showing me each one of the layers and their state that they're going to be used for. Alright, so of course I can change them if I wanted to switch them up, but I'm going to leave them as is. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Drop the image into place, and that's it. If we look over at the States panel, here's the 4 different layers that I created in Photoshop. So we'll go into Preview to test it out. And in Preview, there's the rollover. When I mouse down, changes to the invert. And the last one is, because it's not set up as an active page, we just won't see that one. But it works just fine. And here's the first one that I created, and then here's the second. So really easy to create your own special effects with these rollovers in Photoshop directly into Muse. All right, so good luck with that, and I will see you in the next video.